Do you think you have reached your target audience?
Yes, I think we have. We wanted to have a wide audience of females and males, but obviously mainly females because his music was mainly about love, and men don't always listen to that sort of music as much as other genres. We also wanted to reach out to an audience that like listening to obviously Ed Sheeran and Ellie Goulding, so like popular indie artists at the moment. So I think we met our audience quite well because we use like typical conventions. What did you include when planning your production that you thought would appeal to your audience?
We wanted a typical looking boy, like who looked like an indie boy. He had like a rough look, but he was tall and he could wear like skinny trousers with like a white top, because that's what kind of girls like in this type of genre. We also had the colour red. Like we had an idea that we wanted red like incorporated in our products because like it connotes love, and like girls will understand that, and they're our main target audience, meaning we need to find something they like. We also wanted to keep it simple, and like that idea was kind of influenced by like Ed Sheeran and stuff, and that kind of was incorporated in our idea. We also had props in our music video because we wanted like even like guys to kind of be able to kind of have something to like attach themselves to the videos to.
Yeah.
And like a lot of boys play guitars and stuff. And obviously it's conventional of an indie genre music video. We also wanted to create a brand, and we did that by having it cross with an X in it, and like the rose obviously is aimed towards the girls' target audience, and like the X kind of goes towards the boys. Like it's more of a masculine kind of feel to like a love, I guess.
Yeah.
And we wanted to keep it consistent for our target audience to know that like these are all our products and they belong to the same artist. In terms of planning, we did carry out quite a lot of research because at the beginning we was quite unsure of our idea and like if we wanted to go with a typical love story, if we didn't. We used Pinterest to like bring all our ideas together and try and get all the inspiration and stuff. Yeah. And then we did a vox pop going around school with people who are not in our media class to tell us what they thought of like our idea, which we had, and then our music and like about the music genre that we chose. And like, from that we got quite a lot of feedback, and it kind of influenced our idea a lot. And then we did a focus group twice, one with people not in our media class and then with our media class. And the one in our media class, Chanel, she influenced our idea quite a lot because she gave us the idea of like a homeless guy in the narrative, and obviously that's our final product, so it did influence us a lot. And we also did a survey which just helped people like kind of, we use Facebook, so that's kind of getting a different target audience, like people who
not
like
just people from school and stuff.
So it was good.
Some of the feedback that we received from our final products was that like for the typical conventions that you'd see, people said that we use the typical slow indie type of music videos with good locations. So I think this is quite important, as locations can really like
make or break the video.
So I think that we didn't use loads of locations, but the locations we used I think were quite effective and like conventional of the indie genre.
Because we had a location with just a black background and then like with lights, and that was influenced by a lot of music videos, especially Passengers.
Yeah.
And it like you can kind of get the feel of love while kind of getting the feel of like a music indie
and it's
genre.
like natural and laid back and stuff, which is basically what the artist is. When it come to casting, feedback we received was that the artist suits the genre really well. He's like Ed Sheeran, and it's what you would expect to see. So we was pleased with that bit of feedback, because that's like the main thing, is if the artist doesn't match what you're trying to bring across to the audience, it's just not going to work.
Just look like a joke.
Yeah. So I think we were quite lucky with our casting, because otherwise, like he looks like someone who could sing.
And like the feedback we got for that, like it was mainly girls who were giving that feedback, and obviously they're our audience.
Yeah.
So that's pretty good feedback to receive.
Yeah. And with the brand that we were trying to make for the artist, we got feedback saying that the clothing was suitable to his style, and the font that we used on the digipack and magazine advert was simplistic, which obviously is like him. So that was the main thing we was trying to get across as well, is that basically he's all about his music. So obviously he doesn't wear branded clothes, he's like not materialistic, he's just like...
very conventional.
Yeah, just plain, like Ed Sheeran basically. You never see him wearing like anything too fancy, if you know what I mean.
Our main idea was to make like a simple artist
that people can relate to.
because like his song is about love, and like he's an indie artist, so there's not much you can go on. Like, he's not gonna like roll up with gold chains.
No, exactly.
He's gonna be very simple.
And then for the synergy, we got feedback saying that we had good synergy with the rose and the cross and the guitar in the music video, digipack and the magazine advert. Which is good because that's like the main thing we had to do was tie all the stuff back together. Okay, overall, what else has been successful in your production according to audience feedback?
A lot of like, in terms of like technical strengths, a lot of people have like said that the lip syncing was really well on time, and that we kind of spent a lot of time trying to get the lip syncing on point. That was our main focus, because the music video doesn't look like a music video if the lip syncing is not good. And also a lot of people did like the lighting and the colours we used. We did use a colour palette of red, and then we had black and white as our narrative. But the red colour palette was like, that was trying to kind of get the love idea drawn into the music video, so it matched, so it was consistent with the ancillary products. Chanel and Hardy, they really liked the fades that we used. That was like, we used a fade at 320, it was like crossing between two shots, which was fading, and they picked up on that, which was really good. In terms of like editing, we did find like using Final Cut quite hard. Like for the first few days we found editing was quite difficult, but like overall I think like it improved our music video, because there was a lot of stuff we didn't know how to use, but then when we got to know how to use them, it made the music video better.
Yeah, we felt more confident with like trying new things and stuff. Because like, what was the
colour palette and stuff, and like trying to get the colour palette right was quite hard.
And consistent through the whole thing was quite hard.
In terms of creativity, like Jaya, she really loved the location with the lights, and we was pleased with that bit of feedback, because like we wanted to create like a romantic feel, and obviously it's indie genre, so you had to be careful what you was using, and that a male as well.
Yeah, you didn't want it to come across cheesy.
I think our idea planned out better than what we kind of expected it to be, like as a whole, because like our artist was really good, like in terms of his like playing his role, and I think that was a big strength of our music video. Like if we didn't have a good artist, that would have definitely been hard to edit as well.
Because I think the song's quite slow and not boring. I like the song personally, but for someone else watching it, they might
like
think it's
a typical boy is gonna think it's really
they're
slow.
not gonna enjoy it as much as they could if the artist wasn't as good as it was.
Our idea was hugely influenced by a lot of like other artists like Ed Sheeran, Ellie Goulding, like The Passengers. Like we looked at loads of other works, and like most indie genre music's like, most of the music videos are the same. Like they've got like a colour palette, they've got very slow, like
not many cuts,
and like there's always something to do with lights, and like that's where we got the idea of having the lights in our music video. Our target audience, like we kept our music video and like our products really simple, because we was trying to aim at a simple kind of niche group. We obviously we would have liked to appeal to a mainstream audience, but the main people want niche, like a little niche group who like indie music, who are very simple, like they're not branded people, and I think we did reach them quite well, because we kept the music video very simple, especially the magazine cover. We kept that simple, and it's all done on purpose. But like a bear, he said that he liked how the rose, our brand, the rose was like hand drawn, and that was, he goes, that was very simplistic and natural. And that was something that we tried to do. What was less successful?
One main weakness that we received quite a few times in like our audience feedback was that you couldn't always see the girl. Like there wasn't many shots of the girl in the narrative part. And
but like that was purposely done though. Like it might have not, because we didn't want to make it clear that she was there. Like it was like that's his
focus is on the artist. Basically.
That was his dream, but like he can never have that. We kind of wanted. I know it's horrible.
Yeah.
But we kind of wanted it to make like, oh, she's there, but like there'll never be like in terms of like wealth.
Yeah.
Yeah, there'll never be equal. Yeah.
Was that there should have been more emphasis on the girl and the boy and what is going on between them, so like their relationship. But in a way, I don't really agree with this, just because it's mainly like when you see an indie music video, the focus is always on the artist more than anyone else. So, like in some indie genres, they don't even use they don't even have their own artist in it. So, for us to like put narrative and performance, which you don't normally see, like we sort of subverted the conventions, the things, went against what we like you typically see. So we sort of
like with the Ed Sheeran video, he wasn't in the music video at all.
Yeah.
And like we kind of used that, but we wanted to subvert the idea of not having like
and put in.
Yeah, so we used our artists in both the performance and the narrative purposely, just to make it clear who the artist was, and like it is his story, so he's like it's his song, so he's trying to tell the story.
Yeah.
And like we just wanted to like make that a bit clear.
The weakness was that where we had cropped some of the shots, like where there was space on the edges or there was something in the shot that wasn't meant to be there, we had to crop it using Final Cut, and basically only one of the people.
But we was fully aware when we was cropping it, like the image, like the shot, it was kind of cut off on the edge. We was aware of that.
So I think in a way, probably the best thing to have done would have been to refilm the shots that we had to cut. But because it was so hard to get the lighting consistent, and because obviously we weren't using natural lighting, we was using like the hanging lights.
Artificial.
Yeah, it was like harder to keep it the same. So if we had to go back and refilm it, it was much harder. So in a way, we probably could have done it, but in a way it would have been difficult, and then we probably should have refilmed all of them shots in that location again. Tara?
How could your work have been improved?
Personally, I think we spent quite a lot of time on our music video, which I know is like the main product out of the three.
Yeah.
But like when it comes to our ancillary products, it felt like we weren't being rushed, but we didn't have as much time to like think about it. So I know, like obviously we made flat plans and stuff of how we wanted them to turn out, but because obviously our ideas had changed when we actually come to film the music video, obviously we couldn't stick to the exact same thing that we had planned. So in a way we probably should have had a bit more time on the ancillary, because a few things probably could have been a bit better. Like there's one picture of the artist here in the digipack, and basically he's sort of smiling, which probably we could have probably picked a better picture of him, because it doesn't actually represent the artist because in a way we're trying to address the audience to sort of sympathise with him, because obviously he's singing about his love and how he's obviously not getting the girl that he loves or is in love with.
At the same time, like the picture of him smiling was done on purpose, because we wanted like a mode, like we wanted him to like, there wanted to be like two different themes, like one at the bottom like where it's kind of happy and like love, and then like the top one where it's like kind of sad and emotional about love, because like on the front cover we obviously had the rose and love, but obviously I understand like we could have spent more time on it. I also think like we could have got more shots of like the girl, not like to put in the music video, because we don't agree with that, but like more shots like to work with, because like when we was filming our music video we spent a lot of time just obviously trying to get the lip syncing, where when we went to shoot the shots of the girl we got like 3 or 4 shots where we could have got like more of her just walking past him and stuff, like just so we could edit it and work more with it. Like in terms of the narrative, we could have maybe added a bit more narrative, because like in normal music videos you have a ratio, like it's kind of half and half. Like I think we kind of mainly more focused on the artist than the performance more than the narrative. But I don't feel that's a bad thing either, because of like our music genre. So it wasn't bad, but I do feel we could have improved on that.
And even like if we had spread it out a bit more equally, so it was like consistent throughout the whole thing. So maybe like a shot of the performance, then 2 shots of the narrative, or something like that, just so it's like constant throughout. Whereas I think we sort of had bits where there was more than others, so it sort of wasn't as much on the narrative as the performance. But yeah.
Also, like with the lighting, like sometimes it was a bit too dark, and a lot we tried to manipulate it in like Final Cut, and we tried to edit it so the lighting was a bit brighter, but like obviously like the colour of the person in the shot changes, and like we wanted to try and obviously again keep it consistent, but there's only so much, and I mean we could have refilmed it again, but then it wouldn't have been consistent, so there was kind of no winning with that situation.